So I just did 2 warm-up sets, and now I'm on my working set, and my strength's gone up exponentially, I would say, in the past week. And that's probably due to just the creatine in my system, and then also to just in general, just making progress. But this is the first time I think I've ever done 100 pounds on the pec deck. So see how this set goes, and just try to kill it.
Come on. Good. No way.
Onto dumbbell press. Alright, so I'm trying dumbbell press, and I like this doing the dumbbell over the barbell, because eventually with the barbell, right, you only have so much range of motion that can go down to when it hits your chest, and then after that, I mean, you're not going any further than that. So with the dumbbells, at least you can use shoulder mobility to your advantage. So that's why I like doing these a lot more, and then I just go like all the way down, really get that stretch at the bottom, and then just push up from there. And I feel a lot more doing it that way than I would if I were to do just the barbell, because like I said, I mean, once it hits your chest, it's not going anywhere else. So just try to get maybe 8 or 9 on my own, and then probably have like 2 assisted reps after that.
Nice stuff. Come on. Go.
Felt kind of heavy, but I'm getting a good pump out of it. So yeah, I'm even flies. Alright, so this move I really like to exaggerate that stretch at the bottom. So I got this padding right here to make it even more of a stretch going at the bottom, because I feel like a lot of times if I extend my arms too back, it'll end up hitting the bottom of the weight, and then I'll just lose that tension. It should feel like your pecs are like kind of just ripping apart, like stretching out at that bottom. I'll even probably pause it at the bottom too, just to even get more of a stretch. But yeah, this will be just one sit down here because I'm already warmed up, so there's no need to like warm up again. You know, kind of just wasting time to do that. Really one sit off movement. If you're just gonna warm up sets to like warm up your chest, there's kind of no need for it, right? So
Who's that? Come on. Go.
That was a grind. Get out of here. Alright, on to the incline press machine. And this move, I used to always hold my hands in close because I thought, like, well, if you have your hands closer, right, you hit the middle of your chest. But I just felt like it always just killed my shoulder. Like I would just destroy my left shoulder. So I kind of just moved my hands out a little bit more, and then it actually like relieved some of that pressure that I was feeling. But I don't know. I still feel like my chest is lacking compared to my other muscle groups. But you're just gonna have to keep working at it, and eventually it'll catch up. You just put a little bit more focus on it. Again, this one will be like one set, but here's the thing: if you're gonna do like one set, you gotta make sure that's the 10th set. You can't just do one set and just kind of half it. You gotta make it count. And then the other thing is, if you're doing, let's say 5 sets, well, you can't go like balls to the walls on all 5 sets. You're gonna have to go a little bit easier than you would like all-out failure, because you just will not be able to recover from that. So this is how you have to look at it. Do you want to train easier, a little bit longer, or do you want to train like really hard but a little bit faster? So I like to train hard and a little bit faster, but that's just me. Forgot to get the padding, so we just grabbed it. Alright, now we're doing the set. So I don't know how you would count that, if it would be like 10 total reps or like 4. Yeah, but I forgot the padding at the beginning, so it kind of messed it up. But I just feel like my arms, especially with these machines, they're too long. So when I go down, I can't get a good stretch at the bottom. So I'm kind of just doing like 3/4 reps or like half reps. But you just have to modify the machine how you want it. If the machine's not catered to you, then just add little things to help you out. And that's why I use the padding on these particular machines. But
The next machine we're going to do is probably the decline one, and that'll be for chest, and then we'll move on to some biceps. Alright, so same process we've been doing. Just one set on this, do a really good stretch at the bottom, and just kill it. That's it for chest. Now we're gonna do the seated bicep curls, and yeah, onto those. All right, here I go. I feel like when it comes to arms, now you gotta loosen that. You gotta loosen that. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to arms, especially my biceps, they burn out so quickly. Like I'll already do, I don't know, probably like these 30s for maybe 5 reps. I'll do like actually strongman, and then they'll just like completely die out, get like super fatigued. It's just weird. I would say even with my triceps too. Like if I have to do one of those 1 rep maxes on like curls or whatever, I'd probably be pretty good at it. But as far as like endurance for my arms, they're just absolutely trash. But I don't know, it's just a weird thing, one of those things, but just kind of have to live with it. Alright, so on to these cable curls. I would say this is probably my favorite bicep exercise. It's kind of like a preacher curl, but since you have the cable, you can keep constant tension on your bicep, whereas if you use just regular weight, you know, eventually you get to the point in the movement where the tension kind of just goes. But I also have to be careful with this too, because the band on this this pulley is not the most secure band ever, so I have to be mindful that when I'm curling this, it could come back and hit me in the face if I'm not careful enough. So hopefully this thing doesn't rip on me, but if it does, I have it on camera. So it's gonna be heavy too. Like my biceps are already smoked right right now. So that's just been doing that one exercise. And this one hits them pretty hard too. Like see even right now, like I'm pretty tense. And like I can feel tension in my bicep. I kinda use my knees almost as if for padding. So I can like curl it and have it like totally isolated. Onto the last exercise, we're probably gonna do those hammer curls, get one form exercise in there. Alright, so onto this last exercise, and I always like throwing one forearm exercise at the end of like when I'm doing biceps. And my forearms are just so freaking weird. I don't know why. Like I used to do 3 exercises right for like 3 of my weight training days, and I don't know, they just never really grew. So then I just threw in one exercise, right, at the end of my bicep workout. And yeah, you know, my forearms aren't the biggest, but they made some improvements. So, you know, as long as they're improving, I guess it's better than nothing. But I just go do this one exercise rather than doing 3 different ones. And I don't know, it ended up working. So why stop something that's working, you know? I just bring them across and I just hold it at the top. And then I kind of grab it like at the top of the dumbbell rather than like at the bottom. Should have gone a little bit heavier, but it's alright. I'll just do more reps. And then at the end of this set, I'll probably just curl them both like at once. Oh yeah, just trying to build these up because I always get subconscious. Like I don't like that look of having really wide shoulders, but then not having as developed arms. I like that just that even look where your shoulders kind of match your arms and then your forearms match your calves. So that's why I try to, I guess, obsess over having like big forearms, big calves. It just makes it look cooler because not everybody has that look. You know, most people have either narrow shoulders or they have like really wide shoulders, but not as developed arms. So that's it for the weight training. I'll probably record myself like on the cardio and just like talk on there. So yeah. All right, so this is the next day. I did film myself on the bike at the gym, but my audio was just awful. It was actually awful really for this whole video, which I don't know why, because it caught so much background noise. I even posted a clip on TikTok and it actually got copyright strike on there because of the music in the background. But I have this on my mic, that little like fur attachment, and that's supposed to block out the noise, but I don't know, it just didn't work that day. So unfortunately, that clip didn't survive, but today's my rest day, and I just got done doing cardio in my basement. So I just did 15 minutes on the treadmill, and then I did 15 minutes on my assault bike. But yeah, the point I think I was trying to make at the gym was, or one of the points I was trying to make was that, see what works best for you. Like, I'm not the most knowledgeable person. I've experienced a little bit, but just see what works best for you. Like if higher volume works best for you and going a little bit easier, and if you're getting results from it, well, who am I to say to stop you, right? But the same thing with having lower volume and high intensity. Like I like to train, and I found works best for me, got me the most results. Well, that just works best for me. So if even if you're first starting training, don't be afraid to be open-minded to other philosophies with lifting, with dieting, and just try them out, because I'm still learning too, right? And best thing I can do is just be open-minded as well. So, but yeah, and then I would say for like my goals and fitness, and I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. My goal is to just become like an absolute freak. Like, I mean, I'm just being real. Like, if you ever seen Kevin Levrone, if you haven't, like, definitely look him up. Like, that's the type of look that I would want to have. Like, just big round shoulders, huge arms, wide back, small waist, flaring quads, and and not only was he like really big, but he was also like very aesthetic too. So it wasn't like he just got big, he still kept that aesthetic to him. So, but yeah, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to reach that goal. And I don't care how much food I have to eat, how much I, have to suffer to get down there. Um, and and doing that, I have to make sure, everything's on point, everything's optimized, because if one thing's off, that could cost me some gains, right? So I got to make sure my eating's on point, my sleep is on point, my training is on point, and most importantly, my recovery is on point. That is like huge, because if you're not recovering from your workouts, you're wasting your time. Overtraining, a lot of people are overtraining, they don't even know it. And it's a real shame because they could be making so much more results, so many more gains, and they just don't end up making that progress because of a simple, I don't know if it's like lack of knowledge or just being ignorant to the fact that, overtraining can hinder you. But if you're doing something every single day, probably not the best idea, right? Because then you're just constantly stressing out your body, you're stressing out your central nervous system, and never giving yourself the chance to catch up and actually like heal, because you're not growing in the gym, you're growing when you're at home, sleeping and eating. And that's one thing that I really learned in this past year, and I've seen just awesome results. And I don't think I'm gonna go back to the way I was doing it before, because I made progress, right? But it would like I would make progress and then it would just be very stagnant. Whereas now, like, I'm making a lot of progress pretty quickly. So, but yeah, guys, that's really what I wanted to like bring home. And I got this meal right here. I think this is like my fifth meal. Yeah, my fifth meal. So I got cream of rice with ground turkey, and then I got some celery because I was lazy and I did not want to cook vegetables. But usually I would have like peas and carrots or like broccoli in here, and then with like white rice. But again, I was lazy. I didn't want to cook the white rice, and I was hungry. Or I'll have like potatoes with this meal. And then I'm gonna have some frozen pineapple probably after I eat this. And then I have coconut oil as well. So try to keep it a very well-balanced diet. And yeah, so I think that's really it for this video, but hope you guys enjoyed it.